All right, we're on our way to the Day of the Resistance in Reno. How's the weather outside?
Can I play down?
How's the weather outside?
Windy.
Very windy today. You see the storms are rolling in over the mountains. It is definitely windy, but relatively clear. It hasn't snowed on us yet, or rained, but windy and cool. And we're hoping to have a big crowd down here. I think people are going to be here.
50.
I think we're expecting more than that.
10,000.
That would be nice. We'll see what happens. But they did move it away from the, I think it was supposed to originally be at the federal building, and they moved it to a large parking lot next to a casino. So they're definitely expecting a larger crowd. So hopefully we'll get into 4 digits above 1,000, hopefully. And we'll hopefully get some good video for you, right?
Sure.
You want to say bye till we get there?
Bye till we get there.
All right. See you later. And I'm sure you can hear how windy it is. Is it windy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Some of those people are confused. They don't quite understand the importance of a little document. Not even that long of a document. Not a whole lot of words. Written back from a long time ago by people who are no longer here. And unfortunately, those people don't understand what that document meant. When our founding fathers drafted the United States Constitution, they understood a lot about human nature. They understood that government should never be allowed to become big enough to control the people. And we're gathered here in Reno, Nevada as a nationwide effort. As of this morning, there are 123.223 rallies that we are putting on across the country. Because Nevada is my home, I wanted to be here with. That's right, the First Amendment. Let's read that First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting any establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, abridging the freedom of speech or press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for the readiness of grievance. Now, why have you got that First Amendment? Why did they put the Second Amendment there right after it? To protect the First Amendment. That gives you the right to be here. We have a right to free speech. And as one of your legislators, I vow that I will not do anything to upset the rest of that Second Amendment.
Now we know how important this right to keep and bear arms is. We have the soapbox, which we're here today exercising on the soapbox. We have the ballot box, which is very important. We all need to be voting for the people who will protect our liberties. We have the jury box to defend us when we are charged in a crime. But the most important of all of those is what?
The ammo box.
Yeah, the most important is the cartridge box. Because it is the one that makes it possible for us to defend all the others. Thomas Jefferson said, the beauty of the Second Amendment is that it will not be needed until they try to take it. We see that happening now, and it's very important that we become involved, each one of us, speaking for liberty and telling our children and our grandchildren. Thomas Jefferson also said the strongest reason for the people to retain the right to keep and bear arms is as a last resort to protect themselves against the tyranny of government. Now we see what's happening in our nation today. We see our liberties slipping through our fingers, and we know that our founding fathers gave their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor, that we might assemble here today and express our children will honor it. They will celebrate it with thanksgiving, with festivity, with bonfires and illuminations, and certainly we do that today. Before God, I believe the hour has come. My judgment approves the measure, and my whole heart is in it. All that I have, all that I am, all that I hope in this life, I am now ready here to stake upon it. I leave off as I began, that live or die, survive or perish, I am for the Declaration. It is my living sentiment, and by the blessing of God, it shall be my dying sentiment. Independence now, and independence forever. My fellow Nevadans, we are at a crossroads in the liberty of our nation, and we know how important the Second Amendment is, for all other rights hang upon that one. Do not hesitate to become involved, to make your voice heard, to be active, to engage your grandchildren and your children in this matter.
A few weeks ago, the Vice President of the United States, oh, you like him too, huh? He was interviewed on, I think, Liberal NN or something, I don't know, but some station. They asked him, they said, you probably don't have much of a chance of getting gun control through the Congress this year, given the makeup of the House. What can you do about it? The Vice President stood up, and then I'm going to give you a direct quote. He said, there are executive actions that can be taken. There are executive orders that can be made, and this President will make them. Now, I don't know about you, but that scares the hell out of me. And to that end, I have put a bill through, or started a bill, I should say, in the Nevada State Assembly. And this bill says that if the President of the United States comes up with an executive order that is in contravention of the Second Amendment to the United States, the state of Nevada will not recognize it. This bill also says that if anyone in Nevada happens to be arrested under that executive order, the Attorney General of Nevada is hereby directed by the legislature to defend that person to the fullest extent with the resources of Nevada. You're going to hear.
And now, without further ado and further slip-ups and some things by me, I'd like to introduce Congressman Mark Amodei.
Thanks, Roger. Hey, congratulations to the Western PAC for putting together a great event. Can't believe all you pansies are out there wearing coats today. Hey, I don't want to...
Take yours off!
Falling, not rising. I'm going to try to be kind of crisp. I want to give you just a little bit of information that I would represent to you as factual, as opposed to a lot of what you're hearing from the national media folks. So here's a little legislative update on the Second Amendment. First of all, it is my opinion that the President didn't sign 23 executive orders because he had the votes in the United States Senate to pass Dianne Feinstein's bill.
Yeah.
Think about that. Second of all, I want to give you a little bit of rundown of some of the folks who serve on the House Judiciary Committee, where things that affect amendments to the Constitution pass through. I happen to serve on it. Bob Goodlatte, chairman from Virginia. Ted Poe from Texas. Louis Gohmert from Texas. Jason Chaffetz from Utah. Trey Gowdy from South Carolina, Mr. Marino from Pennsylvania, Mr. Jordan from Ohio, Raul, Las Vegas High graduate, Labrador from Idaho. The reason that I'm telling you those names, oh, by the way, Mark Amodei from someplace east of California. Hey! The reason I'm giving you that information is I would encourage you to take a look at the membership of the House Judiciary Committee and ask yourself if you think that there's a threat of somebody forgetting, ignoring, or chipping away at the Second Amendment in that block of votes on the committee. Now, you're not going to hear that on the news stuff. And let me make it perfectly clear. Should we in America talk about things that concern people? Yeah, that's kind of what we do. The last time I checked, that was okay. We'll talk about school safety. We should. We'll talk about mental health. We should. We'll do all of that stuff. This is supposed to be a place where it's okay to talk about things. But why some people have no respect for the Second Amendment when they will fight vociferously for the other 9 in the Bill of Rights? Remember, there's only 10 in the Bill of Rights. I know there's more amendments than that. Why some people have no respect, such little respect for the Second Amendment is beyond me. But the last time I checked, it was entitled the same amount of respect as all the other ones to the Constitution. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
2 final thoughts, because I see some people kind of starting to take their coats off and get relaxed here in the parking lot. And that is this. And these aren't mine. You may have seen this. A couple of interesting things, though, that I think kind of help keep some perspective. Actually, I want to tell you 3. I guess the first one I'll start out with is, some people say, hey, why do you, why do you need 15 rounds in a magazine? And it hit kind of close to home to me because I own one of the guns I own is a Smith & Wesson M&P 40 cal.
There you go.
And I just went out to Frontier Firearm Liquor, Pork Rind, and Fallon.
And bait.
And that's what it came with. Okay?
Normal capacity.
They say, why do you need 15 rounds? Well, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but some of us are not real good shots. We need 15 rounds to have a chance. So there's Mark Amodei's answer, but the 2 serious ones are this. The Second Amendment wasn't put in the Constitution so people could hunt. Now, I'm a hunter, but you know what? I don't see anything in the discussion from those folks back there that was put in there so people could hunt. So let's not talk about why do you need that to hunt, although I already said why I do. But the other one is this. There was a gentleman, and it was I heard it on the radio program. And somebody says, how come you need that particular type of weapon? And the guy's answer was simply, I want to be armed as well as the person who is trying to do me harm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. Thank you for the rally. Thank you.
My dad can't draw his own name, can he?
Yeah, we're going to get some pictures.
Okay, and then we have one more prize. I just like to make you suffer. It's some kind of weird thing. For the last Silver Day of Resistance commemorative medallion. And thank everybody for coming. If you do have a flag and you want to take a lap around by the sidewalk, that would be great, but it's cold.
It was fun.
Why was it so fun?
Because I was up on stage.
Yeah, so he got chosen to go up on stage, as you saw. So a lot of people there?
Yeah.
Did the crowd look bigger from the stage?
Yes.
So
You would think it looked smaller.
You would think it would look smaller from up there?
Yeah.
So how many people do you think? There was 1,000?
There might have been about 700.
Yeah, it was close, wasn't it?
Probably not 1,000, but you never know.
Yeah, it was windy and cold, so
Yeah.
it was a rough day for everybody to get out there. But hope you enjoyed the footage here. It was a good turnout, and I usually saw some good speeches, right?
Yeah.
And silver corn would have been cool too.
Yeah.
All right. Hope everybody got to go out and provide some support. If not, thanks for supporting here on YouTube. We'll talk to you later. Say bye.